Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Adams Rite number 4580. This is their, what we call a cam plug or a cam disc. When they say 603, that just means it is a zinc finish on steel. Part of it is steel. That zinc material is not going to be magnetic like regular steel is. This cam plug is used with Adams Rite Locks, where it communicates between typically a push paddle or a pull paddle, or push and pull paddle, and a dead latch would be a typical item. The back of your push paddle will have a spindle that will communicate to the key stock here, the spindle collector here. As that spindle moves, it rotates, and as it rotates, you can see how it turns. Okay, what that does really is it forces the tailpiece to move, so that you could push the paddle, the spindle rotates, that hook moves, and that hook moving will draw the latch back. So as it moves, it draws the latch back into the lock housing. That's how those work. These will generally ship out in one hand. We have an attribute currently for handing. It's not likely that we're going to change the hand before we ship it out. Sometimes it's done, sometimes it's simply not. In case that it's not, let's go over how to rehand this very briefly. Now, the method by which you rehand this, and what I mean is you're going to flip this over because the hook is in the wrong orientation, is you have to remove the very small C-clip that's right here, and then you'll pull this pin out. So this C-clip, and I'm going to put it on my desk so I can pop it out and focus on doing that without losing it. You definitely don't want to lose this unless you happen to have other C-clips, because they're incredibly small, very easy to lose, and it's helpful to have a proper tool. I'm using just a little screwdriver. So I've got that popped out and removed. I'm going to place the C-clip on my desk. So I've got the C-clip removed, and it's really small. Okay. So at that point, you'll be able to push the pin out. You can see out here, it's just gonna come out. You can turn this over, and it only goes back one way. Pop your pin out of your tailpiece. Your slot has to line up with the pin in the spindle, and it's impossible really to not time this properly. You'll put the pin into the slot, and then the action of setting your other pin, the retaining pin, in through the top hole is going to force that to be retimed correctly. So now it's operating in the opposite fashion. I didn't point it out adequately before. There's an L placed here, stamped there. There's an R stamped there. Okay. I've got the tailpiece reversed. I've got the pin put back in. And all I have to do now is pop the C-clip back in, which I'm going to do here. While I'm popping this back in, there's another attribute that is required for you to indicate, and that is the door thickness. By and large, all doors that you're going to encounter for this are going to be 1 3/4, overwhelmingly. Adams Rite can make these cam plugs for significantly different door thicknesses, typically thicker doors. Not uncommon, not unheard of. There's 2 1/4 inch thick aluminum doors. I've seen them. In that case, these pins become longer, and they have to be ordered that way. And the pins have to be longer so that they reside into the back side of your trim properly, but still communicate properly to the lock body. So this will fit into the hole and communicate with the retractor hub for the latch, but those pins need to communicate to the back of your lever so that there's really no movement of this cam plug. That's pretty much everything I know about these cam plugs. By all means, if I've missed something, please feel free to reach out to us. Adams Rite is a full-line manufacturer of all things aluminum door hardware related. Their name is really synonymous with that line of hardware. I am a large fan of Adams Rite, and it's for 2 reasons, 3 reasons. Their customer service people are excellent. meaning they respond. Their technical support people are at least that good. Then, thirdly, I'm a fan of Adams Rite because they have practically the entire line of their products available as constituent parts. So, in the event that this tailpiece for some reason broke, you can order just a new tailpiece and not an entire new cam plug. And that theory goes along their entire product offering. I like to be able to rebuild stuff without having to replace the entire thing. That's an advantage to Adams Rite. Any questions on the Adams Rite 4580 cam disc in a 603? They're only 603 zinc finish. Or any other Adams Rite product, please feel free to reach out to us.